So hi everybody, welcome back. You've thought of these ideas. It is best to sit for a discussion only when you've read the question, you've understood the question and you have given it an attempt. Some of you were thinking what to write in this, some of you were just waiting to note down. Well, both of you are welcome, but then the fact is, if you were thinking right now, we will see whether you were on spot or not. So we've already understood what a wetland is, so I'm not going to talk more on that. I just told you that's a transitional zone between the ecosystems, aquatic and marine. It can be on land also, it can be man-made, it can be artificial, it can be a marsh, fen, bog, peatland. Somebody asked me, sir, how can it be on the land? Yes, wherever there is water logging, and I also told you man-made lakes, sections of the rivers can also be wetlands. Coastal areas, we told you the criteria is only for coastal areas, that 6-meter criteria on the coastal zone where low tide level depth should be less than 6 meters. Here I am sticking only to the demand of the question, and the question is identify human actions impact on wetland environment and spatial examples. Now, this word identify is important and many people do not know the meaning of identify. Some of you would want to explain me many things. I have seen many answers which give me a lot of science of wetland, science of conservation. Many people would want to write a lot about Ramsar. Many people would want to write a lot about wise use, not needed, Montreux record. India has recently added 10 more sites, not needed. Hello, the question is identify. Let's look at what is the meaning of identify. Indicate or provide information about the topic without explanation. Explanation not needed. Just indicate or provide information. Now that's very easy. I just have to provide information. And what information? Human actions. Now this is very easy. Human actions. Humans are impacting these wetlands in multiple ways. I just have to identify them. Identify means tell us what are the human actions, and one very important thing is with spatial examples. So the first step which should be is brainstorming. So what will I do? I'll start brainstorming on this. So I'll see human beings have gone for deforestation. Human beings have gone for exploitation. Human beings have gone for land reclamation or encroachment. Why are they encroaching upon it? Well, they are encroaching upon it because they want more land for agriculture, they want land for urbanization, settlement, they want land for infrastructure development. I want to tell you, fuel, mangroves are fuel. So in the wetland areas we see mangroves also, so we are exploiting them also. In the equatorial rainforest, we are replacing the forest with what? Plantations. So that's also a very big challenge. I am just looking at how we are impacting upon it. So wetland is there, we do not realize that they are the sponges of the planet and we are just filling them up. We are filling them up. We are using them for dumping garbage, sewage, human action. We are encroaching upon them, we are putting them to wrongful uses, we are using that land. That's what we are talking about. I also want to tell you that we are using it for tourism also. Wetlands, we are looking at Somoriri. This is a lake in the Jammu and Kashmir state. People will go for tourism and they will be spreading garbage over there. So that's also there. So we are, tourism is also there. I think pollution, so I just told you about that dumping thing which is happening. What about climate change, which is indirectly a result of human action only? Because of climate change, we are seeing recurrent floods and droughts. Recurrent floods and droughts, and as a result, we are facing all those problems. The water, at times the water level is going down, then it comes up. That's a very, very important thing. In agriculture, a lot of fertilizers, pesticides are being used. What am I doing? I am not writing the answer. I am telling you step 1 of answer writing. I requested you to think about this answer, and first step is this. Always the first step is this. This is not the time of showing your gyan, whatever answer is there. Answer will come. Answer will have a context. Answer will have an information. There will be an introduction. There will be a conclusion. But first step is that baby step of generating ideas. Because the question is very, very easy. The question simply says, identify human actions. When I am saying identify human actions, the challenge which lies here is that I have to give it with spatial examples. So, for a good answer, there are 4 stages. Keywords and concepts have been identified. Did I generate some ideas? Can I give examples? Now, that is where the challenge will lie. Will I be having supporting example or not? And then outcome will be which answer? Good answer or bad answer? Let us see. So, if I am to write this answer, I will definitely think of spatial examples in my brainstorming. Spatial examples, because explicitly it has been written, and the word spatial is to do with space. So what I will do is, probably I'll quickly draw a world map in this answer. Remember, this question hasn't talked about India. So in this answer, I should have a world map also, whereby I'll be able to show different areas of different human impact and in the wetlands. Now, some of you might be under this, sir, I don't know where are wetlands. You'll be surprised when I do this. And why only a world map? I can also, I would also want to keep an India map in this. So, spatial examples. So, I was just now talking about, just imagine in equatorial areas where deforestation is happening. Deforestation is happening. So, what is happening? Is encroachment happening upon there or not? Definite encroachment must be happening in these areas. Do we get that? So, especially Indonesia will have that happening for them. I would also say that areas where forest is there, this permafrost region, where the soil is the hydric soil. Hydric soil means waterlogged soils. Challenges are there. Human beings encroaching upon permafrost region. That's also a very big challenge. So I can have international examples also, and why not, I'll go for Indian examples also. In this question, I can go for both India as well as world. And in the previous answers, I have not been talking about drawing these. Here the explicit demand is about spatial ones. So why would I not be showing what is happening? So just imagine, on the coastline of India, think about it everyone, on the coastline of India, if we have important towns or cities, say for example Mumbai, this is Mumbai, this is Kolkata, there is a lot of sewage being dumped, garbage being dumped. So what, have you heard of Mumbai, something called as Meethi River? Have you heard of Thane Creek? Do you know that Sundarbans is an important wetland for us of international significance? Now, will that sewage have an impact on them or not? Remember, human impact. So, human impact is, I just told you, garbage, sewage, pollution. Will it happen or not? Let us look at the agrarian states of Punjab, Haryana. Intensive agriculture, will it encroach upon the wetlands? I want to tell you, Punjab, Haryana have wetlands like Ropar. They have wetlands like Ropar, wetlands like Kainjli. I am including some places from Himachal also, Pong Dam, many things are there. I also want to tell you, people are going for tourism. So Moriri, I was talking about that lake in Jammu and Kashmir. So Moriri, dumping Garbage. Remember, the question is what? Question is identifying. Am I identifying or not? I don't have to explain much. And am I being spatial or not? So the answer has to be spatial. The answer can be, I can talk about the global examples also. There's a lot of mining activities happening in the world. Mining activities. You know, Australia is famous for mining. South Africa is famous for mining. These areas, big encroachment upon wetlands. I want to tell you, Amazon forest. Amazon forest. Brazil, we were looking at Amazon forest on fire. Big encroachment upon land. Think about India's coastal areas. Coastal areas have got mangroves. Remember mangroves? Now those mangroves are suffering from the problem of overgrazing. I also want to tell you, in my coastal areas, east coast, near Vishakhapatnam, lot of illegal sand mining. Illegal sand mining is causing problems. So my question is very simple. I have to identify and show them how human activities are impacting. Wherever we have the industrial landscape, remember Chota Nagpur plateau. This is the industrial heartland of India. Industrialization has led to pollution. Think about Jamshedpur and the river Damodar in that belt. Many places river Damodar has been turned into biological deserts. River turning into biological deserts. Today I am training you into brainstorming also. Brainstorming is have your points, generate your points. If you don't have points, answer will not come. I am teaching you, whatever I have taught you is also not the answer. Answer has to come when you convert all this into an answer. So what was I doing? I did 2 levels of brainstorming. First I brainstormed, that brainstorming has got erased, I am sorry, but second I have come to this level. Do we get that? Now we write an answer. So I want everyone for a minute. If you have written an answer, very good. If you have not written an answer, let's be an evaluator once again. So you are the evaluator and you have an answer coming in front of you. Give on a scale of 10. You also learn. I also get the opportunity to show you. I have done the brainstorming for you. Can you look at the answer, everyone? So the question says, identify human actions that impact wetland. So the answer says, wetlands are one of the most productive natural ecosystem, but the excessive human interference have adversely affected the wetlands. So people ask me, sir, should we have an introduction? Yes, you should have. No flowery introduction needed. Be to the point. If you are able to convey to the examiner, that's good. I can see a world map. Climate change is happening. Somewhere sewage disposal is there. Somewhere mixing is happening. Somewhere sand mining is there. This is talking more about world. I was talking more about India. Anyways, both of them are correct. We have to look at that. You are the judge. So this is how the answer begins. See, answer is different from what the class is. Human activities that affect the wetlands. So human activities that are direct, have direct as well as indirect impact. So this person has used headings. Very, very important that if you are writing an answer, it is not class notes. It is about what you have to say under certain headings. So beautifully done. Direct impact, human actions. So industrialization. So industrialization, effluent discharge is happening. Example, effluent discharge in India. So shipping is also producing waste, effluent, I told you, in Maharashtra, Mumbai, Thane Creek. Then we have, the next is excessive livestock grazing. Excessive livestock grazing. Where is this? Yeah. Just a minute, sorry, agricultural activity, the pesticide, fertilizer, they are also being dumped. There is a wetland in Madhya Pradesh called Bhoj wetland that is getting polluted. Encroachment upon land, Koleru Lake, you can see Koleru Lake is getting encroached. This is not the diagram. So the person has taken the pain of giving visibility to the answer also using diagrams. Then the second page of the answer says economic activities like overfishing. In the Labrador wetland, they have been victims of overfishing, deforestation, we were talking about Amazon, Brazil, Indonesia, mining activities, gold mining in Madagascar, developmental projects, even interlinking of rivers, think about it, that's also there. Indirect impact, the person has another heading, indirect impact. Climate change is an indirect impact, definitely because of that sea level is rising and slowly Maldivian wetlands have been. So, very good use of spatial examples, to the point. Floods, excessive flooding can introduce invasive species like Kerala floods, very good example. High altitude wetlands for ecotourism, say for example tourism in Somoriri Lake or Wular Lake or Renuka wetland of Himachal Pradesh. In tomorrow's class I will be talking about these wetlands also. And then human activities need to be managed, and there is a suggestion also how can we solve them. Well, in this answer you seriously did not need a suggestion. Remember, this is a 10 marker. I think within 2 pages this should have been done. I think this answer has too much of detailing, a little bit of detailing could have been cut, and I want to tell you in real examination we will not have all that time, but that detailing has to be cut. So, some suggestion is there, community management should be there, wise use should be there, thus the human action needs to be controlled and managed if wetland ecosystem is to be supported. So, I hope you got that idea, and in this idea of answer writing, it is not about classes. I remember 2 years ago in one of my master stroke program, I met a student. He had given 3 attempts, 3 mains, and in the program he came to me and he said, sir, I am so relaxed and relieved and I am so thankful that I joined this program, because for last 3 years I have been trying to mug up what my teachers have been dictating, because the teachers had given me the impression that whatever language they are using, whatever has been dictated, only that language is to be written in the examination. You were the first person to tell me that I can use my own language, my own expression. I said, I am surprised, you are a qualified engineer, you have given 3 attempts, you never were struck with this. He said, sir, I was so afraid, and particularly of the optional subject, that I just relied on what the teacher said. And sir, trust me, it's very difficult to memorize. I said, absolutely difficult to memorize, and above all, the question will be an absolute new question. So, if the question is going to be an absolutely new question, then how can you think and write the ready-made answers? So, that is what my advice is. You are attending the classes, keep structuring those answers, and you will also be looking at good answers. In this answer, out of 10, I would go giving this person 5 plus. And I also know that this answer is not written in exam condition, so the person would have taken more than 10 minutes, but in the examination you will get around 8 minutes. But in the preparation time, when you are preparing for the examination, in that time you should invest in this, because these are your ready-made notes also and your answers also. So you have something, stamina to write answers, stamina to use how the teacher gives you information, and that will help you a lot. I hope this discussion helped you, and this also brought in a lot of clarity in your understanding of the subject and answer writing. So, thank you. Thanks a lot for